Welcome back. Hey, what are we doing today? Well, last night I was working on this guitar right here, and I just kind of wanted to maybe make a video. That's an old Harmony guitar, and the model number would be an H802. And I would guess this guitar was probably manufactured in the early 1970s. I tried to do some research on these Harmony guitars. There's not really a lot out there. They probably weren't much sought after, but I own 3 of them. And a friend of mine, Terry Wills, gave me this guitar, and it was in pretty bad shape. It had been in his brother's basement for quite a few years, and it was all beat up, still all beat up. It was tarnished and everything. Let's get a closer look at this body of this guitar here. And I cleaned it all up, and I did a couple of things to her. I own 3 of these guitars, and I'm going to take you through all 3 of them and show you what I did to them. They're very playable guitars. I'm not saying they're Gibsons or Fenders, but they're very playable. And this is what I did to the guitar last night. Well, first of all, I had some old Strat pickups laying around. I threw them in there. And I put the switch on there, had some new knobs, threw that on there. And I buffed her out a little bit. I mean, it's got a lot of road rash on her. I wouldn't call it road rash. I'd call it closet rash, or maybe garage floor rash, I would say. But here's originally what came on this guitar. I think the earlier Harmony guitars that were built like this are the 802s, and they came with these 2 switches here that went here like that. And these switches weren't too good. I couldn't make hide nor hair out of what the hell they were supposed to do, so I pulled them out of there. And I had this old, it's a Gibson Epiphone switch. And I did that and rewired the pickups to it. And also they had these pickups on the guitar here. They went here, like there and that, and they were pretty beat up and tarnished. I tried to polish them off, but you know what? They never really fit the pick guard. So I had an old pick guard. I cut some squares out and blocked it in, and and then I cut the holes. Well, I didn't cut the holes for the Strat. They were already cut in the old pick guard. It was an old Strat pick guard, black. So I just kind of pieced it in there, and I mean, if you get a good close look at this guitar, there's a lot of hinky stuff going on, but well, there she is. You know, one thing about the Harmony guitar is the necks. I've got 3 of these guitars, like I say, and 2 of them, the necks they're really nice, thin, they play nice, and it's surprising on the octave fret on these guitars with this bridge how in tune they stay, how in tune they are. Now this bridge right here, I don't know what they were thinking. This is a thin piece of metal. I've got another Harmony that's got a solid steel bridge that's made like this, and it's got a lot more intonation, better intonation, a lot better sustain. This guitar here really don't have the greatest sustain in the world. But anyway, I'll show you the other 2. So let me get back with you. All right, I'm back here. Here, let me show you those other Harmony guitars I've got. Come back in here to the music cave. This one here, my wife's watching some TV series on Fire Stick upstairs, so you can hear that. That one there is a little bit later model. And a friend of mine, Dan Cable, he gave me this one here. It was laying in his barn. And this is a H804, just like this one is over here. That's also a H804. These came along a little later. The middle one, the one I showed you earlier, I'm going to guess that was from the early 70s. I would hate to say late 60s, but I'm thinking early 70s. These here were probably from the late 70s, early 80s. Now let's take a closer look at this one here. What I did to this one, now it had the pickups set up like this guitar. I didn't do any alterations to the position of the pickups on this guitar, or didn't do any carving on this guitar. This guitar I did. As you can see, I put a Telecaster bridge on the back, tailpiece and bridge on the back, and put a Telecaster pickup in it. And then the other two pickups are in the same position as they would have came on the guitar. I added an extra knob and set it up like a Nashville style telly is what I did. And instead of using the telly switch, I used a Strat, a 5-piece or 5-position Strat switch on that, and added the extra knob and everything. So that's what I got there. Now I want to tell you something about it. You see these guitars that they make road worn or road rash on the guitars. They beat the guitars all up and everything. Well, let me show you this neck right here. You see this neck? I bought this. This neck came off a guitar I bought in 1981. Bought it from Nelson Wynn. It was built by George Bender, the guitar was, and this is the neck that came on it. Now let me show you this neck real quick. I want to show you something. See the back of this neck right here? That's road worn, but you know what? I didn't take a piece of steel wool or a sandpaper and make it like that. When your guitar looks like that, it's not because you made it like that, it's because you earned it. You earned that. You know, take your time and learn to play the guitar. I'm not saying I'm a great guitar player, but that wear on there, I've earned that. I didn't make that with a piece of steel wool. I earned that. Lots of hours. Look at the fretboard. That was me. I wore that out playing. One day I'm going to learn to play. All right, enough of that. Let me get over to this one. Now this harmony here is, like I said, from the late 70s, early 80s. And what I did to this guitar is I cut that pick guard out right there. Now this guitar was set up just like this one, except for it did not have the switches right here. This is a later model, like I said, an 804. This bridge is an early bridge, though. This is a solid steel bridge on this one here. But anyway, I put 2 double humbuckers on this thing, and then I put the 3-way switch on it. Now this is probably the best harmony guitar I got. And she plays nice. It's got good sustain and plays nice. I wouldn't be afraid to play that with this one anywhere. But anyway, I'll play these for you and let you see what you think. All right. Hey there, welcome back. Hey, I'll show you those harmonies now. I'm here in the music cave. Hold on a sec. Here's the 802 we were talking about earlier. I'm thinking early 70s, whatever, early 70s on that, maybe late 60s, but I'm thinking early 70s. Couple of questions I got about why Harmony did what they did. Why did they put this pickup here? They should have put it back here. Okay, that would have been cool. And as you can see, the body is real thin on this. This body is plywood. You know, you don't have any mahogany or any exotic woods on this one. You got a piece of plywood. Now, I got no problems with the plywood. I mean, it made for a nice guitar. They finished it pretty nice. And but they should have made the guitar a little thicker. With the guitar a little thicker and a solid steel bridge, this guitar could have had some sustain to it. as it sits this way, there's not much sustain. Although I got to give them credit, the guitar plays in tune. It's kind of weird. You got a bridge that looks like this. She's close. I mean, what? You know? That's close. All right, let's see what this thing can do. Here's the bridge pickup. Or not the bridge pickup, but the neck pickup. Now the center position, it kind of is sounds kind of like an out of phase strat when you on the 5 position on the strat. If you put it not all the way to the neck pickup, but the next position over going to the middle, kind of reminds me of that. Sound, not much sustain though. Here's the what I would call the bridge position, but it's not. It's the middle position. I kind of like the neck position, I guess, on this one. Got the new strings going. There's the 802 right there. So that's how it sounds. Now I'm playing out of an old PV amp. It's from the 1980s, and it's a Stereo Chorus 400. Found that on eBay one day for 65 bucks. Had to go through it. I got the 2 Black Widow speakers in that, and I had to take it apart and clean it and everything. But she plays nice. Got it on the clean side. All right. Well, I'll show you another guitar here. All right. One of these days I'm going to swallow this pick. I've been keeping them in my mouth like that for the past 50 years. This is one of the 804s right here. I'm thinking late 70s. Same thing with the thin body. Now the neck I changed on this. This neck that came originally on this guitar was like a piece of timber. It was a thick neck. I don't know what they were thinking, but it was a big thick neck. I got it upstairs in the attic. I'm gonna do something with it one of these days. But I put this neck on it. Appears to be in tune, so we don't have to. But what I did to this one is I left the pickups in the slots here. I put some different pickups on here, and I put a telly pickup here. This is part of a telly. This is a telly bridge tailpiece, and then I carved this up and put that on there just kind of cover the holes up. and it's kind of like a Nashville style telly. You don't have the sustain because you don't have the wood factor, but she plays okay. Now let's give it a shot and see what happens here. Now on this one, you put it on the bridge pickup. Of course, I got pretty good pickups in this thing. This does have some snap. Needs some tuning. It's got the Wuhan flume, I think. There's the culprit right there. Okay, you put it on this here, it's just like a doggone Nashville style telly. It's got that that's not my favorite sound. Middle. And then you got an out of phase, like kind of like a Strat sound. Not too bad. Neck pickup. Enough of that. It's a little out of tune there. But anyway, that's your 804 right there. Let me dig out the other one. Talk to you in a minute. Hey, back for more. This is the other 804 I got here. And put the double humbuckers on her. Now this is my best play in harmony I got. It's got the original neck on it. Take this thing off. Got the old Jack Shaw custom on there. Got my serial numbers put on that. Also, I wanted to show you on the other 804 and this one, because I changed around the volume pots and everything on both of these guitars, I moved the input jack right here. had to drill a hole, and then I got a plate and put on there. And so the input jack originally was right here, and I moved it over here. This one here now, I found the earlier, this is a steel bridge. This one has a little bit more sustain than the other ones do. I'll tell you what though, here's another complaint I got about the old Harmony. A kid gets this guitar. He's learning how to play the guitar. Now I'm not saying it don't play right, but try to change strings with this style of tailpiece, and then wind your strings here and keep the string in here. And I've been changing strings since I was 15 years old, maybe earlier. That's a nightmare right there. You know, that would be discouraging to a young guy trying to play the guitar, and he wants to change his strings and everything, and try to get the string in here and try to wind it up in here. I mean, it's nutty. Well, anyway, that's enough rant for this guitar. Let's try her out and see what happens. Now this one here's got a little more oomph to her. Now those are that's your bridge pickup. Here's the other one. The center. Not only have I got good pickups on this one here, but I believe this solid steel bridge right here makes a bit of a difference. I carved the heck out of this guitar getting these pickups in the right place and everything. You would not believe the damage underneath of this here. But anyway, let's do something here. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, you know I won't be afraid. So darling, stand by me. Won't you stand by me? Darling, stand by me. If the sky that we look upon never tumble and fall, or the mountain would crumble to the sea. I won't cry, I won't cry, no, you know I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. So darling, stand by me, yeah, won't you stand by me? Darling, stand, won't you stand by me? That might be a little out of tune, or maybe not. Maybe I was just pulling the string. Well, anyway, that's my harmony collection right there. Hope you got something out of that, and hope you and your family are staying safe in this coronavirus epidemic we're having here. God bless your family and everything, and thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe to my videos. It don't get any more exciting than this right here, so I hope you're drinking some coffee right now. Take care. Bye now. See you later.
It's about being on the road, not eating for like 3 or 4 days.
Being starving musicians, you know. We're going to dedicate this to Rabbit, because this is about a state of mind he's in right now. So.
One called Life Goes On.
Hell with him well, but I'm sick a lot, you know.